Well, we actually expected the PDP to be with us, but we'll go straight on to Abuja, where we'll be speaking with the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Public Affairs, Dr. Doyin Okupe, on the outcome of this particular process. Quite an interesting moment it is for us in the country, especially within the President's camp, the PDP. Tell us how this finally came to be, knowing full well that initially we thought we're going to witness some form of challenge against the President's candidacy on this particular one. But it would seem, or rather, that was a very smooth sail and ride for Mr. President.
Morning, Sulao. Good morning, Sulao.
Yeah, good morning, Dr. Okupe. Go ahead.
Yes, well, we had a very successful outing. What you refer to as being, that you were expecting some challenge. There's nothing unusual about that. There were two people who initially also indicated interest, a lady, Mrs. Duke Abiola and Tafa Balora. They were both, initially there were some issues, but they were both later on, they were both given forms. And the gentleman, Tafa Balora, returned his form and he actually appeared for screening. But at the screening, he declined and he decided that he was not going to contest the election. Mrs. Duke Abiola did not, she didn't collect her form. But then the form was sent to her by DHL and was duly delivered and signed for. It was not returned, and there was no debate to do about that. But please note that with me, there's nothing unusual. But you have a single candidate for national convention of the party, a collective convention of the party. In other democracies, larger democracies, older democracies in the world, when a sitting president indicates interest in a run, usually party members defer to him. And you recall the case of George Bush Jr., Clinton, and even recently Obama. There's nothing unusual about that. I have heard also on television on your program where the APC celebrating that we have a transparent primary, which is very true. But it's a novelty to them, but this is something that PDP has been doing for the past 16 years. So this for them is a new thing, and we welcome them, and at least now they know how to conduct primaries. They now don't impose candidates, and we're very happy. We're now getting to the same page. So we welcome them back, and we welcome them seriously.
Well, anyway, the process, didn't get quite clear initially because of those who were asked not to pick the forms, as you rightly highlighted, but subsequently we saw how it all went. But telling us, moving on from there, Nigerians are getting to see a brand or new breed of politicians who would, with arms wide open, accept defeat. We've seen that in the APC. We have also seen that within the PDP. What does that tell you as we move into the big picture, which is 2015 election?
Well, when you talk about new brand of politics, I don't see any new brand of politics in APC. Mohamed Buhari is a 73-year-old man that I went around
and I think I need to sit with what I'm talking about. We're talking about a system or a culture of where those who have lost would very quickly congratulate the other when it's about primaries. So we're not looking about their ages or what they would do.
It's good for the politics. It's good for the country. We are beginning to understand the normal democratic culture. You see, in any political contest, the winner must clearly emerge, and the losers must, immediately concede defeat. So this is what we are beginning to see across the board in PDP, in APC, in Nigeria, and it's something that is very welcome. It's a good development. I have always said it. People are anxious and worried, but we are a young democracy. We cannot, we will first of all crawl before we can run. So we're getting there, and we will also get, I mean, the president of Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Jonathan, has set the pace by saying that people's votes must count, and we're beginning to see over the months and years that people's votes are counting. So these are the examples that other parties are also following and imbibing the true culture of democracy. We are very happy.
What effort is your party making to get others that have left, all the aggrieved members? Well, it's quite interesting to see former Senator President Ken Namani as well as Tommy Kimi there. There are others that your party will be interested in wooing back to the party.
Well, the PDP still remains the party of the RTP and the party of the country. It is the largest party, it is the biggest party, the most enduring. We have actually become the umbrella, like the president said, we have become the umbrella of the nation. So naturally, those who have left, many of them are coming back. And, we are also, we now have the game changer as the chairman, Alhaji Muazu, who is very open-minded and liberal. And so we are reaching out. This is a house that has a pedigree. This is a party that has a history. We have issues, but we are the only party also that has actually institutionalized problem solving. So the capacity to solve problems is not one thing.
Now, a lot of people will say, how do you intend to handle the fallouts of the primaries? I mean, the presidential convention must have gone pretty straightforward and it's clear enough for all to see. But looking at what has transpired in the states, say, for instance, Lagos, Enugu, Adamawa, just to mention but a few, how do you intend to handle the fallout of some of these primaries?
Well, constitutionally at the national party level, we have, even before primaries commence, we already have institutional committees, that actually oversee the fallout from these elections. As I'm speaking with you, there are committees, there are members, senior members of the party that have already been deployed, to these various states and cause a lot of frustrating, a lot of discussions, taxation are already undergoing. They're already underway. So, we are used to this. This is a party that's been on ground for forever. For 19 years or more. So, for us, having problems, having issues, resolving them, we have all of that challenges. But what is distinguishing about PDP is that we have retained the capacity to face these challenges and to resolve them. That is why we have been champions all over the years. Otherwise, we will not be where we are today. There's no anxiety, there's no problem. We have always been on top, we will remain on top, and that is it.
Dr. Okupe, we do remember interviewing you sometime early this year when you did say that you did not think that the alliance, or is it the merger of the opposition parties, was going to last. Do you think that this gives your party, now that they've come up with a presidential candidate, do you think it gives your party a real headache?
No, not a headache. But I'm very openly and publicly here that the APC have surprised me. And I'm glad, and good for the country. The fact that they are volunteers is a great thing. Because at least for once in 16 years, we have a major challenger. This is not their time. APC haven't come together now, doing a good show. They will make a good show in the next elections, and it will probably be better in 2019. We're glad and we're happy to contend with with the party that at least have some meat, you understand. It has always been a one-way traffic before, but now we have some credible challenge. They will do well, they will make a good showing in this election 2015, but the real time to put the problem will be made in 2019. This is not their time. And then we haven't taken Muhammad Buhari as our candidate, OPC have made a fatal error. That is going to probably won't go far with that.
Well, anyway, Dr. Okupe, we'd like to thank you so very much for speaking with us this morning. He's the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Public Affairs, and we're trying to look at some of those issues from states as well as if any from the primaries. So, still, it takes a moment. We'll return shortly.